Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to deal with two topics from the chapter India population distribution, density, growth and composition. We have already covered the topics of population distribution and density as well as phases of population growth in India. You can check my previous video. So let us first start with the topic that is regional variation of population growth. Now, as we already know, population growth is the change in the number of people. Okay, so in Indian context, when we see population growth is also varying from one region to another region. I'll explain it in a very simple way through the map. So by looking at the diagram or the map given, you find that there is a lot of variation when it comes to population growth in different states of India. So, in a general, the states running from northwest from Rajasthan to eastern part of your country with the darkest shade has more than 20 to 30% of growth rate. From the index you are able to see it. Okay, even 30 and above growth rate. And अगर हम दूसरी तरह से देखें, states like Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Orissa, Gujarat, etc. These states have a population growth rate between 10 to 20%. Means they only have 10 to 20% of population growth in the region. And also some of the northeastern states like Manipur, Tripura, Assam, Sikkim, etc. So they have a growth rate of 10 to 20%, whereas states like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, even states of Meghalaya, Arunachal, they have a very high growth rate of more than 30%. And states with very less than 10%, we have the state of Nagaland, which has registered a very low population growth, and also some parts of Kerala and Goa, they have a very low growth rate. Okay, and we already know the reasons why there is a difference in the growth rate of population in different states of India. Now we'll deal with a very interesting aspect of your population growth. एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट ये है कि इंडिया जैसे कंट्री में अगर हम लोग देखें तो adolescent age group between the age of 10 to 19 years and youth age group between 15 to 24 years बहुत ज़्यादा है. ठीक है, मतलब हमारे पॉपुलेशन का बहुत ही अटूट हिस्सा ये adolescent age group है और youth population है जो कि हमारे पॉपुलेशन को कंबाइन करते हैं. So adolescent age group, that is between the age of 10 to 19 years, they contribute about 20.9% of the total India's population, and the youth power, that's between age group of 15 to 24, contribute about 19.2% according to census of India 2011. So youth and adolescent age group हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा है. In fact तुम लोग surprise हो जाओगे ये जान के that India has a higher number of adolescent than China. So we have more youth power and more adolescent power in India. Now the youth and the adolescent population of India is almost equal to the combined population of adolescent and youth of the 6 of the world's 10 most populous countries like USA, Indonesia, Brazil, Pakistan, Nigeria and Bangladesh. कहने का मतलब जो हमारे कंट्री में adolescent and youth population है, अगर उसको combine किया जाए या ये population ये 6 countries के combined population के equal है. Okay, so in general or in a summarized way, India has very high number of adolescent age group and youth population between the age group of 15 to 24 and 10 to 19 age group. Now the problem out here is that although we have a very good youth power and adolescent power, right now the youth population and the adolescent age group, they fall into anti-social activities like gambling, crime, robbery, drug addiction, etc. ठीक है, सो ये प्रॉब्लम हो गया है. एंड बिसाइड्स एक और प्रॉब्लम ये हुआ है इज़ दैट देयर इज़ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ female illiteracy among the adolescent age group. There is illiteracy, especially the female. क्या होता है, female they drop out of school. Okay, they do not study further. And adolescent age group में ये भी प्रॉब्लम है is lower intake of nutritious food supply. Okay, and also the spread of diseases among the adolescent age group and the youth of our country. So these are the major higher potentials of major potentials of danger for the adolescent population in our country. ठीक है. Now किसी भी कंट्री के लिए यूथ पावर बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट माना जाता है क्योंकि वो कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं सोशो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द कंट्री में. उनके पास बहुत पोटेंशियल होता है, लेकिन अगर ये पोटेंशियल एंटी सोशल एक्टिविटी में लग जाए, दैट इज़ नॉट गुड फॉर द society. So these are some of the challenges that the Indian society is facing in terms of its adolescent population and the youth population. Now, so for this purpose, what has Government of India done? So Government of India ने क्या किया है, बहुत सारे पॉलिसीज़ लाते रहते हैं ताकि अडोलेसेंट एंड यूथ को प्रॉपर एजुकेशन मिल सके और उनका जो एनर्जी है, उनके जो टैलेंट है, उसको प्रॉपरली चैनलाइज किया जा सके एंड प्रॉपरली यूटिलाइज किया जा सके. सो गवर्नमेंट फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम हैज़ ब्रॉट अबाउट अ सर्टन पॉलिसी. नाउ वन सच पॉलिसी इज़ ऑल्सो नोन एज द नेशनल यूथ पॉलिसी. Okay, so this was launched by your Government of India, that's known as your National Youth Policy. Now this particular National Youth Policy, if you look in your NCERT book, it's of 2003. Okay, moreover, however, a National Youth Policy was also launched in the year 2014. So National Youth Policy is a policy launched by Government of India to channelize the potential of youth in a proper manner, okay, and also to impart proper education to the adolescent age group. Now, what are the major objectives of National Youth Policy? Let us have a look at this particular thing. Now, National Youth Policy was launched to empower youth of the country to achieve their full potential and through them enable India to find its rightful place in the community of nations. So, it was launched to create a productive workforce in terms of education, entrepreneurship, employment and skill development के लिए, developing a strong and healthy generation that is health and healthy lifestyle, also engaging the youth of our country in sports, then instill social values and promote community service. Okay, मतलब youth के मन में community service and social values जगाना था. Okay, and facilitate, participate and civic engagement, participation in politics and governments, then supporting youth at risk and creating equitable opportunity for all, including social inclusion and social justice. So in simple, these were the objectives of Government of India to launch the National Youth Policy. Moreover, इसका एक stress है, ये है कि National Youth Policy was launched to provide an all-round development of the youth and also to make them a responsible citizen of the country and develop a spirit of patriotism and responsible citizenship. Okay, this was the main objective. So that क्या हुआ, अगर ये सारे objectives हो तो एक youth proper responsibility ले सकता है, and also among this was to empower the women of our country, so that there can be equality between male and female. Okay, and the National Youth Policy of 2014, it's the same thing. Okay, there has been slight changes, it's only the same thing. Now the National Youth Policy 2014 says to enable India's youth to realize their dreams. And what does the National Youth Policy NYP 2014 envisages is that a product workforce through education, skill training and entrepreneurship, sports as a way of life and a healthy generation, strong social value and a sense of community service, increased participation in governments, social inclusiveness by creating equitable opportunity for all. Okay, so the same thing. So these are the objectives of National Youth Policy of India. Okay, so if you have a closer look towards the objectives, you will be able to understand that youth of any country is very important for the socio-economic development and all-round development. So government's main focus is to channelize the energy, because youth के talent, youth के incentives को proper manner में channelize करना, ताकि वो country के लिए contribute कर सके and एक responsible citizen बने. Okay, so this was all about your population growth aspect. In the next video we will talk about the population composition of India. Alright, so thank you.